But like, so he plays his like one of his biggest criticisms is that like he runs these players into the ground. People blame Derrick Rose's the end of his career on Tom Thibodeau for like him just being overplayed. Derrick Rose probably averaging like 40 minutes a game. So he does have that criticism, and it might seem hard headed, but like when you looked at them versus the Pacers, yes, most teams do shorten their bench in the playoffs, and a lot of like bench players don't get to play. Teams are running with 7-man rotations for the most part. The Celtics run with a small bench. I mean, they might have 8, but they running with 7 most of the time. And so that's kind of like, Thibodeau's old school in that. Like he's gonna roll with that kind of style, like where it's like, all right, I'm shortening up my bench. You gotta play. If you wanna win, if we're gonna win, it's gonna be on your backs, not on the bench's back. And sometimes that does come back to bite you a little bit. Rick Carlisle though, and he must know his team and he must trust his team because I'm telling you, he was putting randoms in there and they were all producing. And that speaks to the coach he is, that speaks to what they do in practice, that speaks to the identity of the team where like they all believe in each other. You know what I mean? And again, the front office is probably on the same page with Rick Carlisle, and a guy like Rick Carlisle, he like everybody don't get those kind of leashes, you know what I'm saying, to where like you're allowed to, like, yeah, it's okay to fail. It's okay to lose sometimes. You don't cut the cord right away. And New York is one of those volatile franchises that will do that. Like they because some fans were mad, you know what I'm saying? Like they will cut the cord on you. But like I don't know who I mean they've had good coaches in the past and then they like after Jeff Van Gundy, they couldn't keep a good coach on that team, you know what I'm saying? So like why if I'm a coach, why would I want to go to New York when like I'm hated when I lose. Like you know what I mean? Even and I have no time to develop and I have to win now. Even though this team has not won a championship since the 70s or 80s, right? Even though they haven't won anything for that long, you ain't got no patience. No, you just want a revolving door. Okay, y'all got it. That's why the franchise ain't where it needs to be. But we'll see where they go moving forward. They're probably gonna hire one of these guys that got fired. So look for Mike Budenholzer. Look at Mike Malone. What I mean? Those are just some names that come off the top. Maybe they'll promote one of their assistants, right? Like that was out there. I don't think Maurice Cheeks is getting job like getting head coaching jobs no more. You know what I'm saying? But like, we'll see. We'll see. But I think it's a haphazard and dumb move by the Knicks to fire Tom Thibodeau after this season. Now, after next season, if he you give him another year, to be honest, I think you let him play out his contract. You let him play out his contract with Jalen Brunson, whatever. Or I don't know what Jalen Brunson's contract is, but like you let him roll with that core. You let him roll with that duo of Cat and Brunson. See what he can do with it. But now they're gonna have a whole different philosophy, a whole different game plan, and we'll see if it works. But I don't think it's a good move. All right, we're going to the last part of the show. Last part. What do you think? What do you think about the Knicks firing Tom Thibodeau? What do you think about the NBA Finals? Who you got? Tell me who you got in the comments. Let me know. Maybe we could make a little friendly wager or something like that. All right. So two shows that I've seen, and I love that both shows are black shows. I love that. I love when we get some good black shows. Um, One is The Shy. The Shy has come back, and I've seen the first episode, and then I missed like the second, and then I had to catch up. So I actually got a chance to watch like two episodes back to back, which it's amazing. It was like a mini binge. It felt good. So The Shy is back for season 7, and they've already been renewed for season 8. So we'll talk about them in a little bit. But I wanted to talk about this other show called Forever. So there's a Netflix show called Forever, and apparently it's an adaptation of a Judy Bloom book called Forever. And because I'm like Judy Bloom, I know that name. Like I'm like, who is Judy Bloom? And I had to look it up, and I'm like, is Judy Bloom black? Like whatever. No, so Judy Bloom is not a black lady. She's a white author, and so this is a modern adaptation, but about black love, so to speak.